Excuse me, sir.
Yes? There you are. Are you Thomasina Bateman?
Who are you? Welcome back. Yeah, so I'm still sick, as you may have heard. That's just the case, so I don't know what to do about that. It's just the way it is. So last time when I ended, I checked my to-do list, so I kind of know what to do. I'll go over it real quickly. We need to convince Mr. Brown to allow the excavation, and I think we can speak to him because we just spoke to that witch, Mildred, what's her name, and she told me something that doesn't align with what he told me, so we need to speak to him anyway. And local folklore, I don't know how to do that, so let's just see if we can go to Mr. Bryden, his farm, and ask him about it. Do we need to speak to the kid here?
Hello, Wally.
Go away! You gave the door back to my sister.
I
It
did.
wasn't very nice of you to bury her favourite toy, Wally.
I gave it to the fair folk, and you stole it back from them.
You don't really believe in fairies, do you? You're old enough to know better.
They're real, and thanks to you, I'm cursed.
There's no such thing as curses either, Wally.
Go away!
Oh, sorry. Because of this crow? Now it's gone. Worm.
You're coming with me, little fellow. I shall
Really?
name you Kenneth.
Weird, why would you take a
I've
worm?
already taken one.
Yeah, that's more than enough. I don't want any worms. What, do I need that at one point or something? Ugh, gross. Alright, let's just keep going. Oh, another flashback. I think to the left because I hear something over there.
Mummy,
Get away from the fire, Thomasina.
What are you doing?
what are you burning?
Nothing. Just waste. Now go inside.
I don't believe her. Let's pick it up.
Abrax. Mummy, what is this?
Waste. Burn it.
Alright. Is this supposed to make sense? She doesn't even comment on the flashbacks at all. She doesn't even say like, oh, I remember this. Right, that was this or that. No, we're just continuing on like nothing happened.
Good day, Mr. Bryden.
Miss,
I...
I'll stop you there. I know what you're going to ask. No, I haven't changed my mind. There'll be no digging here, lass.
Mr. Bryden, allow me to explain.
Yeah.
There has been an astonishing development this morning.
Yes?
My father was with your brother during the excavation.
Oh,
Yes. Can you believe it? I had no idea he had been here.
the answer's still no, lass. I saw what happened to poor Samuel. I won't risk the same happening to anyone else.
But
That's enough now. You can feast your eyes on that hovel to your heart's content, but there'll be no digging.
Alright, can I convince you maybe somehow? Do I need to show the journal? What is it?
look, Mr. Bryden, my father's journal. It confirms he was with your brother during the excavation of Hobs Barrow.
Pah, take that away from me.
Oh.
I'll be having none of that.
Why not? What then? Do you want a worm? Or this?
What do you make of this stone, Mr. Bryden? It was strapped to my father's journal.
Wait a minute. Let me see that. By God. Wait here a moment. I need to get something from inside.
You do that.
I waited for what felt like an age.
Was it though?
I now realise that Mr. Bryden must have been in a great debate with himself, wondering whether or not to share his own piece of the mystery with me. The goat stared at me, seemingly in pity, as I stood there in that rolling fog.
I don't think goats think that way, but alright.
Finally, Mr. Bryden emerged.
Now then, as far as I know, what I have here is the only thing that Samuel brought back from Barrow. Take a look.
I didn't even see a goat. That's kind of the same,
Incredible!
except
A
it
pair.
has different letters. C
That's
A
been
Z.
in my drawer ever since Samuel passed. I suppose it might be important, so I kept it safe.
All right.
Fate is clearly playing a part in your arrival, lass.
Please, Mr. Bryden, allow me to excavate Hobs Barrow, a place that is no more than dirt and stone.
I doubt it.
You're not gonna give up, are you, lass?
I'm not.
Samuel managed to say one thing about those men that helped him. I think it's time I tell you.
Yes?
He stuttered out that one of those fellows could barely walk after they got out of there. Tongue-tied too, the man were.
My father.
You what?
My father. He had an accident around 25 years ago that left him bedbound and unable to talk.
Aye, could be him.
My mother told me it happened in a horse riding accident.
Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. Something unnatural occurred, I know it.
Mr. Bryden, we must rely on our rational faculties to explain any...
Promise me you'll be careful. Any sign of trouble, leave without hesitation and we board that accursed place up again. Understood?
Wait, you're giving me permission to excavate?
He is.
Aye. Against me better judgment. I don't have the energy to stop you, lass.
Thank you so much. I am grateful.
Don't make me regret my decision. Take Samuel's stone.
Are you sure?
Aye. Give it back to me when you're finished, though.
If I
I
finish.
promise. Thank you. I'll be sure to show you my discoveries, Mr. Bryden.
I'd rather you don't. Now then, I've got things to get on with.
I don't suppose you can spare any labour to help me with the dig?
Don't push your luck, lass. Market's on today. Plenty of able-bodied men about. Ta-ra now.
And like that, I finally had permission to excavate Hobs Barrow.
Yeah, it was quite easy in hindsight.
As exciting as that was, I was distracted by what Mr. Bryden said of his brother's associate.
My daddy.
There was no doubt in my mind that father was the stricken man he spoke of. You told me he was crippled after coming off his horse. Why did you lie to me?
Am I writing to my mother?
To protect me? To stop me from following in his footsteps? You failed, and so did Charles Bryden. He should have said no. He should have never given me that stone.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have been so stubborn because I have warned you like 100 times already and you just don't listen. So gate, door, where's that coat? I don't see it.
This is not mine to
Bucket?
take. The empty bucket smells of rancid milk.
All right. I haven't been this way, have I? Oh, here's the coat. I feel
Easy,
bad
girl.
for it.
I'm not fond of goats at the best of times, but this one seems particularly disagreeable. What a
Alright.
wild-looking thing.
Do I need to maybe free it at one point? Looks like. Can it get milk? That's probably for the goat, right? I don't know. Anyway. So I guess I'm just opening the gate, I don't know why. Our to-do list updated. Explore Bewley's surrounding area. But that's the same. This is new. Find workmen. Without Kenneth here to source local workmen to aid with my excavation, I shall have to do it myself. I'm wondering, what about those men that were in the woods? But they are gone now, right? And he said something about a market. No, I don't know where the market is. Is that here? It's just one stall. Who can help me? Oh, you're back.
Good day.
Hey up.
Stones.
What do you make of these stones?
Don't look like out to me.
Well, I was sure that he would know something because he's collecting fossils, right?
Are you familiar with any local folklore?
Oh, aye. The old cobbler used to tell me some right stories. Swore he sold a pair of boots to a goblin when he were a young man.
A goblin, you say? I take it this cobbler was a regular at the Plough and Furrow?
Never drank a day in his life.
Interesting.
Sober as a judge. Have you been to the Devil's Toe?
Yep.
Yes, I'm familiar with the cairn.
Some say they've seen the goblin's daughter there, playing her fiddle. Can't say I've seen her myself, mind.
Wait, he can help me with the knife.
I'm having some trouble extricating a knife from a table in the Plough and Furrow. Might I borrow a pair of pliers?
A knife, you say? I can get that out for you.
He
That's
can?
very kind of you, Mr. Crozier.
Think nothing of it. Wait here.
Thanks.
That were a struggle. Here you are.
Thank you so much.
Why do I need it though? It kind of worries me a bit that I need a knife.
Look at this, Mr. Crozier. It's my father's journal.
Oh, aye? Why are you showing me?
Did you slip it under my door last night?
Have you gone daft?
A little.
Why would I have your father's journal?
Never mind. Did the sketches inside mean anything to you?
Looks like a load of rubbish to me.
What about the goblin?
Do you know any other stories about this goblin?
I don't have the time to be standing here gossiping about old wives' tales.
Apologies.
Oh. But I need to know because the goblin is real. He visited me in my sleep.
I found out my father visited Bewley 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
I would have been just a lad. What were he here for?
That's what I intend to find out. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
I was thinking to myself, is that kind of insulting, assuming that he would know him 25 years ago? I mean, he doesn't look that old, does he?
It looks like the same make as my own.
Right, so he gave me a knife, which is very kind. I want to look at it.
I should be careful. The blade is sharp.
What do I need it for? Why do I need that worm? Gross. I have all this stuff that I don't know what to do with. But I needed to find workmen. I don't know where to find those. Can you help me?
Good day.
I'm still setting up my stall. Come back later.
All
Oh,
right.
I'm sorry.
You were kind of rude, that's true. Maybe someone here, but they're probably drunk, aren't they?
Joe, perhaps you've had enough sugar?
Don't you start an all.
Is this Joe?
Hello.
Don't know him.
She's back again. Can't a man drink his tea in peace? There's nought for you here, lass.
Wait, who are you?
Horrible man. How many more sugar cubes is he going to add to his tea? He'll have no teeth left by the end of the day.
I don't know who that
How
is.
many more sugar cubes? He'll have no...
Do I?
I prefer my tea. A heap of glistening...
Hands off me, sugar.
I think this is supposed to be for all the patrons, sir.
I said hands off.
Come on, Joe. Be nice to our visitors.
Ha! This place has gone to buggery.
Oh, so I can take it. Alright, I don't know what for. I'm just collecting stuff, I guess. There's no one here, not really. Can you help me with work, man? Not really.
What do you know of Mother Mildred?
I'll tell you what I know about Mother Mildred. She wants locking up.
How so?
She owes me a small fortune on her tab from years ago. Do remind her next time you see her, won't you?
I'd rather not get involved, if you don't mind.
Be careful who you trust, Miss Bateman.
Really? Why?
I've had some rather unbelievable news, Stanley.
Oh?
I guess I'm telling him the whole story.
Remarkable.
Quite the coincidence, is it not?
Remarkable. Just remarkable.
Do you recall my father from back then?
I'm afraid not. Those were my droving days, you see. I didn't spend much time in Bewley, but an interesting turn of events nonetheless.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
So that other man is just adding sugar, doing nothing else. That's funny. Let's just go. Alright, workman. I don't know where to find those. I would say that I would have to ask the rich man, but I don't know how to get to him. Onward, church. Where should I go next? Yeah, I don't know. What about Mildred? But I can't speak to her,
There's
I think.
nothing else I wish.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Can I
What
take
are those
berries?
berries you're picking?
An ancient breed, no good for eating. However, they do have some
I see.
I think I already asked that.
I can't see how...
No, I know. Glove?
No, I'm not sure they...
Sugar cube. Yeah, what do I need it for? I don't know. A fox. I said a hint that I can take this, but I already have that, so... Thanks for reminding me.
I shan't be visiting the badgers again. I was lucky to escape intact.
Oh, that's a bit dramatic. It's not like they're gonna eat you. Do badgers eat people? I doubt it. This way? I really don't know where to find those men. A doggy.
Hey, boy.
It's happy. Oh, I don't know why I got that. The lady is gone, the old lady who was here the whole time. Interesting. Is she inside? No. Well, I don't know. She's just gone, I guess. Who's this?
Hello?
Should we follow her? Or not? Since she's doing...
William Paxton. Modest and gentle of heart.
Oops, I wanted to leave. Since she's doing all these things she shouldn't.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Did you see a young girl with blonde hair pass by here?
No, lass. Here you up. Are you Thomasina Bateman?
I am. Who are you? Tell the truth. Lie. Who's asking? That's not a lie.
No, why do you ask?
Oh, it is.
I'm rather desperate to find her. I invited her all the way out here, only to let her down.
Are you Mr. Shoulder?
I am.
Heavens!
Finally.
I've given up on finding you.
Sorry, I don't follow.
Apologies, I'm not sure why I lied. I am Thomasina Bateman.
Oh, how marvellous. Please take a seat, Miss Bateman. We have much to discuss.
I thought he didn't exist.
You've proven to be quite the enigma, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm mortified. I offer you 1,000 apologies. You see, I've been bound to me bed these past few days with a terrible fever.
How dreadful. I take it you're feeling better now?
Aye. I were on me way to find you when I stopped here to catch me breath.
I didn't
I've
get far.
not much go in me these days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I were worried you'd have given up on me and left town.
I should have.
I had no idea what had become of you, Mr. Shoulder. I spent a good amount of time pounding on your front door.
I'm embarrassed. I really am. I've been doing my best to sleep through the fever. I am so very sorry. Please accept my apology, Miss Bateman.
She
Fine,
will.
Mr. Shoulder. I've come all this way. Let us speak of the business at hand.
Marvellous.
I've just learned that my father was part of a previous excavation of Hobs Barrow some 25 years ago. Why didn't you mention this in your letter?
What? Where did you hear that?
I have my means.
I swear, Miss Bateman, I had no idea.
I take it you will also deny delivering me my father's journal?
I'm confused. What journal?
My father's journal was slipped under my door at the Plough and Furrow. It wasn't you who did this?
I've been bound to me bed, lass. What an extraordinary coincidence.
Yeah.
You are following in your father's footsteps.
A
It seems so,
coincidence.
Mr. Shoulder.
Alright, so I can say his letters. Well, let's start with that because that's the most important thing I wanted to ask him since I arrived, so.
Why did you invite me to excavate Hobs Barrow?
I've always been curious about the colourful folklore surrounding the place. My father told me all sorts of stories about it when I were a wee fellow. Stories that some folk around here take a little too seriously, especially after those lads entered the barrow a while back.
Why do I get this ominous music though? So keep asking, I guess.
How did you know about me?
I saw your interview in the Bakewell Times. A young lady travelling about the land, digging up barrows. Perfect for the job.
Alright, continue.
But why do you wish to excavate the barrow?
I want to see what those lads found in there. My curiosity has grown over the years. Now it is time for the mystery to be solved.
I must say I am rather eager to find out what's in there myself.
Am I? I'm a bit scared.
Mr. Bryden has given me permission to excavate Hobs Barrow.
Marvellous! I'm sorry you've had to sort all this out in my absence.
Me too.
When do we start?
We?
Tomorrow, I hope. But first, I need to recruit some locals to assist with the dig. It's too much work for me to do on my own.
I see. Bewley has its fair share of strapping young lads. You'll find assistance, Miss Bateman.
So far, I didn't find any. They're all gone. Where are they? In their homes or something? My father?
Did you know my father?
I don't believe so. What's his name?
William Bateman. He was in Bewley for at least a few days, from my understanding.
I'm sorry, lass. The name doesn't ring a bell.
Or maybe he's
Are
just
you
old.
sure you had no idea of my father's involvement in the previous excavation?
I'm quite sure. A most fascinating coincidence, but nothing more than that.
Doubt
I'm
it.
starting to wonder if it's more than mere coincidence, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman, I did not take you for a credulous individual.
I'm none of the sort.
Yeah, but how long are you gonna deny it? It's not a coincidence. Also, maybe he's just old and he doesn't remember.
What can you tell me about the previous excavation of Hobs Barrow?
Oh, it were 25 years ago, or thereabout.
Or maybe he does.
Then, Bewley were undergoing a period of great strife. Samuel Bryden hadn't harvested a single crop for 2 seasons. Even Hernwood was sick. Berries went to rot almost as quickly as they grew. Folks started to believe the ground were blighted. Disease spread through the livestock too. People were going hungry, a panic set in.
That sounds terrible.
Aye, but I managed to keep myself fed. These things happen in nature, but the blame for it all fell on Hobs Barrow. It was long said that a goblin made his home there. A rumour took root that the goblin were not best pleased with the villagers. In revenge for some unperceived slight, the goblin placed a curse on the soil itself. The villagers believed that ridding the barrow of its lodger would put an end to it all.
Hogwash. My father would have paid no heed to such tales.
Whether it were his intent to join the excavation when coming here, I do not know. But whatever it were that Samuel Bryden and those lads did inside that barrow, people say it did the trick. The crops started to grow back, and health returned to the livestock. Bewley were no longer in the grip of dark forces. You must understand, folk here are a superstitious lot. They don't want you disturbing whatever it were those lads did. As far as the villagers are concerned, the problem were fixed. The thought of another excavation must be conjuring panic that you'll undo whatever it were they did.
This does explain a lot.
It does.
And it's also why I'd venture nobody around here wants you to touch the place.
Except for you.
I want to know what's there.
Surely you don't believe these tales of goblins and curses to be true?
Not at all. However, I suspect those lads did find something in the barrow. But did it have any connection to failing crops and dying livestock? No. I can assure you there's nothing to fear. Coincidence reigns supreme.
So what do you think they found?
That is for us to discover, Miss Bateman.
Who was the third man who joined my father and Mr. Bryden on the excavation?
I'm afraid I don't know. Although I'd heard about the excavation and I were intrigued by it, I mostly stayed at home during that time. The atmosphere in the village was rather too tense for me liking. And besides, the excavation were undertaken with an air of mystery about it.
Weren't you the third man? Are you just lying to me, maybe? Because I feel like maybe he knows a lot more than he's saying, and also he invites me here and he's bedridden. Isn't that convenient? Couldn't he have just let, I don't know, anybody know? By the way, I'm sick, I'm expecting someone. It just sounds weird to me.
Tell me more of this folklore you mention.
It is said that Hobs Barrow is home to a goblin. Everyone in Bewley has some version or another of this story. But the version my father told me as a child described the barrow as a thin place. The goblin were deemed to be the guardian of this so-called thin place.
Alright, he acts like he's explaining it, but he's not really, is he? So what is a thin place? Explain it to me, please.
What is a thin place?
A place where one can walk between worlds, where the
Spooky.
flesh meets the spirit world. Just superstition, of course, as you well know.
What about the goblin?
Tell me more about this goblin.
Some said he were a mischievous little mite, snatching newborn lambs and smashing windows with pebbles. Others said he were friendly, there to lend a helping hand in times of strife. The latter of which makes it all the more surprising as to why the previous excavation took place. My father's stories put the goblin in the mischievous category. Saxnot, he called the creature. I recall one such anecdote, that Saxnot entered Bewley and ordered a pair of boots to be made by the cobbler. However, when collecting them, he insisted on paying for them with a bag of sow's teeth. The cobbler was so scared of angering the goblin that he accepted.
A colourful tale indeed, Mr. Shoulder. Has any explanation been offered for why this Saxnot cursed the soil?
Your guess is as good as mine, lass.
Alright, I'm gonna tell him about my dream, I guess.
I had a peculiar dream last night. I met a creature at Hobs Barrow. I suppose you might say it was a goblin.
It was the
It
goblin.
told me it had saved my father from trouble inside Hobs Barrow. I'll admit the coincidence of this is somewhat astounding.
A remarkable coincidence, but nothing more than that.
But there is still one thing that puzzles me. The goblin told me proof of its claims would await me in the morning. Surely enough, I awoke to find that my father's journal had appeared in my room.
Very queer indeed.
Mr. Shoulder, you invited me here, to a town I'd never heard of, only for me to discover that my own father was here 25 years before. And not only that, but that he was also embroiled in some sort of superstitious hysteria which goes against everything he ever taught me. Something is wrong here. This must be more than mere coincidence.
It's strange, I'll give you that. But please remember who you are, Miss Bateman.
Alright, how long are we going to keep denying things that are just the truth? Is this the kind of game where in the end she'll only believe it when she sees it? She's getting there, I guess, sooner than I thought, but it has taken her some time to admit that some things are strange.
This is my father's journal.
Incredible. Can I look inside?
You may.
Look at these drawings. Wonder what it all means.
You and I both. It all feels very out of character for my father.
I'm sure you'll find the answers beneath the soil, Miss Bateman.
Alright, I still have his glove, that's true.
Is this your glove?
I've been looking all over for that. Where did you find it?
In the alley behind the plough and furrow on the night of my arrival. Were you there?
As I say, I've been bedbound for several days, Miss Bateman.
How odd.
Can I please have it back?
Here.
Thank you.
What do you make of these strange stones, Mr. Shoulder? They seem to originate from the previous excavation. One belonged to my father, the other to Samuel Bryden.
Marvelous things. They look ancient.
I agree. I've never seen anything like them in all my digs.
That's it, I guess.
We're peas of the same pod, Miss Bateman. I knew you wouldn't be frightened by a few old stories.
I
It will
am.
be interesting to see what those lads found in there.
Certainly.
Thank you so very much for responding to my letter and for coming here. We have some great discoveries to make, you and I.
I sincerely hope so.
And a chance to follow in your father's footsteps. Right, time for me to shift these old bones. I'm to take me a spot of the plough and furrow. I'll be there all night should you need me assistance.
Thank you, Mr. Shoulder.
I
I'm
might.
sorry again for giving you the runaround. I promise I am not beyond redemption. I won't let you down again. See you soon.
Oh, he's kind of quick for an old guy.
I was starting to wonder if Mr. Shoulder even existed.
You and me both. Game saved. Alright, so he does exist, and he says he's sick when he's just running
The day
around.
was starting to test me.
Oh,
The word coincidence felt insufficient to explain what was happening.
finally.
It was after that first conversation with Leonard Shoulder that I started entertaining thoughts of a truly irrational nature.
Yeah, must be.
What if my dream wasn't just a dream?
It wasn't.
What if it was all more than simple coincidence? What if that thing really could help my father?
Help or not? That's the question.
Good day, little one. Hello?
I think this is the goblin's daughter.
What's this? A fiddle bow? There's no string.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours? Don't be shy. I don't mean you any harm.
Alright, let's just keep going, I
What are you
guess.
doing out here all alone on the moors? Do you live here? Would you like me to fix your bow so you can play your fiddle again? Yes? Hey! Most peculiar. Perhaps I can mend the bow for her. If memories of my childhood violin lessons serve me right, bowstring is made from animal hair, coated in a waxy resin.
Oh, that's why I need the
strings
resin.
don't vibrate without it.
I just need animal hair, I guess. Where am I gonna find that? Fiddle bow. Is that a worm doesn't have hair? Maybe from the doggy. But also, this is the devil's toe. And didn't someone say the goblin's daughter plays around with at the devil's toe or something like that? So that's probably her, right?
Mr. Shoulder told me
I know
a
that.
carved stone has... I think it depicts a... It's bolted onto the door itself. I can't remove it.
Really?
That is not coming off. No, that won't...
I just wanted to compare. So I can take it off, maybe.
I don't wish to... I don't...
No, not with door. With that thing.
That is not coming...
Alright. That is weird, though. Can I maybe use your hair? But I don't know how to collect it.
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
I can just pick it up. Now what? That's weird. I want to collect your hair or something, but I don't have anything.
I do not wish to harass...
No, don't. I don't know what to do. Can I give it a worm, maybe?
That would be rather cruel to the poor worm.
Oh, that's cruel to the worm. Alright.
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
I can just pick them all up. That's so funny. What about
He
the
looks
rooster?
much too unruly to be picked up.
Oh, he's unruly. Alright.
I've no desire to lug a block of wood.
So maybe I can collect their hair, but I don't know how to do that or with what, I mean. So, to-do list. Folklore still. Fight workmen and fix the fiddle bow. Lacking string. Yeah, I know that, but I don't know how to get something. Gee, I can't even speak. Wait, what do I want to do? Let me think. I still need to explore Bewley because that probably they mean I still have these two locations that I haven't found yet. Investigate folklore. Find workmen. I don't know where to do. Where to find those? I should have to do it myself. Fix fiddle bow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to go or what to do, to be honest. I don't. Is the vicar home?
I don't think anyone is home.
Oh, so he's not. Alright. He's gone.
Mr. Long mustn't be in. I don't need to go in there.
I don't know where to go then. Excrement? Ew, gross. Can I go this way? I don't think I can.
The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
Right now.
Nobody home.
Alrighty. Let's look at the excrement then, I guess.
I certainly don't wish to touch it.
Look at it, I said.
Fresh and steamy. Delightful. I believe a horse to be the culprit.
Oh, so is there a horse back here now? There is.
Horsehair would make fine bowstring.
Great. Oops. You didn't like that.
She almost took
Sorry.
my head off.
I can't blame her. So now... Oh, I didn't get it, I guess. Wait, how do I do this then?
That's not mine to take. The horse has been provided with some drinking water.
What's
I
in
don't
here?
wish to carry around. It's my crate of I don't wish to wake him up.
Alright, so I need to collect... Whoops, the horsehair. But I don't know how. Do I need to give it something? A sugar cube, maybe.
Here, girl. Eat this. Good girl. Hopefully that's gained some trust between us.
I
can't
hope
rip
so.
the hair from her tail with my bare hands.
What then? I don't know what you need. A knife?
I don't wish to... I've managed to cut off a few lengthy strands.
Thanks. Use
I
this
can't see how...
with resin. And mend it. Did you
There
do
we
it?
are. This should make sufficient bowstring now.
Alright, and now use this with this.
I've done it. The bowstring seems to hold on sufficiently.
Now all we need to do is find that girl, which I guess...
It's my crate of...
Yeah, I want to look in there, but... Barrels. We need to find that girl, but I guess it's not that easy, is it? Is she just there again? Probably not. She is.
Look what I have for you.
Well, you're welcome. Oh. Was this a mistake? It was. Now what? Uh-oh. Did I pass out? And I gained the violin, looks like.
My head is spinning. What happened? Hello? Where did she go?
Fiddle.
The girl left her fiddle behind. I'll take it with me in case I see her again. I want to understand what just happened.
You and me both. But I did think it was a mistake. Can I look at it?
The fiddle and bow, left to me by the young girl at the Devil's Toe.
Maybe I need to show it to Leonard's shoulder. I don't know what to do. I'm just guessing. Well, I'm getting somewhere, I guess, but just not... I'm just more and more confused. There he is.
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
Sex knot?
What else can you tell me about this sax knot?
Try not to worry yourself too much with these old stories. Leave those to the locals, Miss Bateman.
Have others spoken of goblins appearing in their dreams?
A dream is a dream, that is all. They merely make for good stories.
I know, I know.
But to answer your question, no, not to my knowledge.
I don't know. Let's just speak to him about everything, because isn't he kind of important, I think?
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sure the locals have filled you in already, lass.
You cut quite the mysterious figure. Most had little to say.
It's true, I do tend to keep my head down. When one gets to my age, one grows very comfortable in one's home. I like the isolation of the moors. I wouldn't change it for anything.
I take it you don't get many visitors.
Oh no, nobody bothers me. That's the perk of living so far out, huh? Just me and me hens. I used to come into Bewley more often, back before my health went to bugger, eh?
I was just watching this other guy falling asleep or something. Bewley.
What do you think of Bewley?
Whilst one could consider the villages to be rather unenlightened, this place has its charm. The markets in town today, you can see that folk want fun out here.
Oh, I just updated. I thought to myself, I'm just gonna ask him 2 things and be done. But no. Yeah, so I guess we'll just ask him all these things as well. I don't know.
Is there anything else I should know about Hobs Barrow, Mr. Shoulder?
No, lass. I'm certain we will know a lot more about it by this time tomorrow.
I hope so.
Lord Benswick.
What do you make of Lord Panswick?
His lordship is an important man in Bewley, as I'm sure you have gathered.
Is that the man
His
sleeping?
family has commanded much respect here for many generations.
Do you respect him as a leader?
I do. He wants the best for the village. Without his influence, the railway line would have never come through here.
Does he want more visitors?
Aye, I believe so. He has great ambitions for Bewley and wants to share them with the world.
It's like that Stanley's listening to us and watching him. Us speaking about him, I mean.
What do you make of Mildred Walker?
Who?
I believe she's also known as Mother Mildred.
Oh, we used to get about when we were children. Our paths have not crossed in a long while.
He's definitely eavesdropping.
What do you think of Charles Bryden?
He is a decent man. It must have been hard for him after that terrible business with his brother.
Without a doubt. I must say I had assumed you had at least spoken to him about my visit.
Sorry, lass, I had no intention of giving you the runaround. Again, I can only apologise.
Well, you haven't apologized enough if you're asking me.
If you don't mind me asking, what is the nature of your ongoing illness?
Oh, just the ravages of age. Getting off this bench will be a small battle in itself. Something you won't need to worry about for many a year, Miss Bateman.
Growing old is a blessing and a curse. And what of your recent fever?
An ordeal it were. So much tossing and turning. But I'm right as rain now, especially after a mug of ale. Don't worry about me.
He's so full of it. He's like, I can't walk, I these old bones, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets up from the bench and he practically runs away. He's even faster than I am.
What are Lord Panswick's plans for Bewley?
He's rebuilding an old chapel on his estate. He seeks to bring God back to these lands.
But what of St. Edmunds? I think Father Roach might argue God has never left.
Indeed. Let's leave such arguments to them, shall we?
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Alright, so he's gonna come with me to the excavation, even though he's feverish old and he can't walk. That sounds like a plan. Then we have this man, who is just named Man. So let's speak to him and see who he is. I think this is our lordship, or what's his name?
Hello there.
Yes?
Introduce yourself.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ted? Ted Cross?
Oh, he's not.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
Let's ask
Are
about
you
him.
a local, Mr. Cross?
Oh no, I'm just passing through. I'm a musician. Just myself, me guitar and me horse.
Oh, so maybe he wants to help me because he doesn't believe in the folklore, does
Are
he?
you a travelling musician?
Aye. I've been playing a new song tonight. I've just finished the lyrics.
What's it about?
You'll have to come listen.
Horse? Oh, that's his.
Is that your horse stationed in the alley?
Aye. Thistlecrack is her name.
That's an unusual name for a horse.
Aye. It were what she were called when I bought her. Glutton would be a better name. She likes her treats. But it feels wrong to change it.
What do you make of Bewley?
Can't say that I know much about this place. I don't usually travel this far south.
I see.
Please help me excavate.
Have you heard of a place called Hobs Barrow?
Can't say I have, miss. What is it?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Mind.
Make sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
I'll try.
Wait, isn't he one of the men who was gonna help me excavate? I thought he was. So I'm stuck again, I guess. Well, just leave the cafe then. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick peek at how long I've been playing for and if I want to take a break or not. I kind of want to take a break because I'm kind of sick, but I also don't want to, you know, just play for 10 minutes and that be it. So let me check real quick. Yeah, so I checked and it's quite a while, quite a lot I have done so far. So let me go over it again. So what we did is we found this blonde girl. I think she's the goblin's daughter, but we don't know that for sure. And we made her bow, what's it called, for her fiddle. Which we got because she played something. We fell asleep or got hypnotized. I don't know. We got this. She left us behind. He got the knife for us from the table in the pub or whatever it's called, and we got a stone from. I forgot his name. Arthur. No, Arthur's so drunk. I don't know. The guy who wouldn't let us excavate, and then he would, because it's kind of similar to the one we got with the journal, our dad's journal. We picked up a worm. I don't know why, but yeah, we have that. And the rest, I think we already had. Not much has changed in that regard. So I don't really know what to do next. I need to find workmen. I don't know where to find them. Honestly, I don't. I could ask Arthur maybe who's at the station because he works there. So I'm gonna see next time how to find these men. I think I have to ask that rich man because he has all these workmen who are working in the woods for him, but I don't know where he is. So, and explore Bewley. Well, that's basically, like I said, probably these two places I need to find. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a break, get some rest, and I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Curious what happens next? Subscribe to my page so you don't miss anything.